So today we are going to be looking at Red, White, and Royal Blue, the Amazon Prime film adaptation of Casey McQuiston's wonderful novel, also called Red, White, and Royal Blue. So I read this book many years ago, but I have read it many times and listened to the audiobook many times as well. And I think it's a great book. I was really excited to watch this movie, and overall, I thought it was really good. Okay, let's watch Red, White, and Royal Blue.
It was a storybook ceremony today inside Westminster Abbey.
So we start out with a narrator telling us about a storybook ceremony, and when I first heard this, I thought this was like that we were getting a narrator for the whole movie, which I'm kind of okay with it not being that.
Where the future King of England, Prince Philip, married his childhood sweetheart, Lady Martha Fitzroy.
I think this is a really good way to introduce the story and honestly, I think this is a really good opening altogether because we get introduced to all the main characters that we need to know, and we immediately know what the situation is, like the setup of the plot and the setup of what's going to be the main driving force of the story. It's also very realistically done because there would be this kind of coverage on the royal wedding. So I think they hit it out of the park with this intro.
Prince's younger brother, Prince Henry, known affectionately as Prince of England's Hearts.
We are seriously at Buckingham Palace. This is not a green screen.
And their younger sister, Princess Beatrice, whom all the world adores.
Whom all the world adores. That is high praise. Like, I can't think of many people whom all the world adore, except perhaps maybe Olivia Colman.
The wedding reception boasts a who's who of international guests, including Alex Claremont Diaz, the charismatic son of the American president.
Again, telling us exactly who he is, setting things up really well.
It's the whole Prince Henry comparison thing.
His eyelashes are so long. Like, how do you have such long, lush eyelashes?
He spent his entire life attending fancy events like this. I feel like if I use the wrong fork at dinner, they're just gonna eat me alive.
Eat the rich, not the Alex. I think it's interesting that we have this insecurity from Alex where he's worried about using the wrong fork or, doing something that's against etiquette at the royal wedding reception. Because, I don't think that ever came into it in the book. I don't think they ever talked about that aspect of things, but I think it makes sense, Alex being from a working class family and then suddenly being thrust into the spotlight with his mom winning the presidential campaign and stuff like that. But I think it makes sense and is a good way to show some of his nerves.
When the revolution happens, it will be because of this wedding.
Oh, shut up, Henry, and get into the spirit of the thing. Oh, hello.
The cake alone costs £75,000.
One good thing about this adaptation is the book is entirely from Alex's point of view, so I really like that in the film we get to see Henry's perspective as well and hear these little exchanges that we don't get to hear in the book, obviously. I think they did a good job, again, of establishing character very quickly with both Henry and Alex, because we immediately know Alex is the president's son. We know he's nervous about making a mistake at this wedding, and we know that he dislikes Henry for reasons that they don't really get into yet. And with Henry, we know that he is a member of the royal family who is kind of anti-monarchy and is against spending £75,000 for a wedding cake, and that he thinks Alex is irritating, which is fair.
Prince Henry is so yummy.
He's such a snob.
Oh, you know what is obscene? Is how attractive the president's son is. Have you ever met him?
A few times. He's very animated.
He's very animated.
I swear that he is not 6'2".
And here we go with the height thing again.
I have heard so much about you. You're sticking with me tonight, come on.
I do love that Bee kind of unofficially adopts Nora at this moment.
How's it going?
Alex looks at the guy next to him like, did you just see that? And there's the cake. Okay, so we have Alex drinking more and more. Nora is talking to Martha now, and Bee is talking to Philip, and Alex is drinking alone. Always a good sign.
Well, that's nice.
I also think the editing in this opening is done really well. Like that sequence right there where we kind of like cut to drunk Alex making his way along makes it feel more drunken. Like it gives the feeling of like the kind of blinking in and out of focus or consciousness that you would have in this situation.
Henry!
Alex just rolls off the couch.
How many families you could feed is what this cake costs?
Probably not as many as if we put your shoes on auction.
There are also some really good lines and some good banter in here. But I also think it's interesting that, like, you know, Henry, of course, was just complaining to be about the cake, and now Alex is complaining about the exact same thing, that it costs too much. So from the start, they agree on something, but their animosity towards each other doesn't let them connect on this thing that they agree on.
You know what?
I love the identical looks of horror on both of their faces as they both gasp at what Alex has just done.
I am so sorry.
This whole sequence is just very nicely put together.
I am so sorry.
And so Henry is just shocked into immobility, and Alex is just like trying to smooth it away, like rubbing more frosting. and slowly people start to notice.
Look, if we just... I can fix this. I can fix it.
I can fix this, Alex says.
Just give me your handkerchief.
As the music ramps up.
It'll be fine.
B looks quite amused.
Henry!
Very good song choice for the opening. Henry doing like the anime whoosh, to get the cake off. I think that this opening does an excellent job of establishing everything we need to know. Good pacing, good humor, good music choice. It just does its job really well. Really strong beginning to the movie.
I sent you to London with some pretty simple instructions. Don't cause an international incident.
Okay, so here we have Alex being chewed out by his mother, Uma Thurman, Ellen Claremont, the sitting president of the United States, who will soon be up for re-election. And so I think Uma does a great job. I really like her in the role.
I need the farming exports and manufacturing jobs that this deal provides to take to Midwest voters.
I'd argue that you don't actually need the Midwest, and there's a path to re-election without that you don't want to hear from me today.
I love how all she does is just, she doesn't even look at him. Her eyes just widen dangerously, and he's like, you don't want to hear from me.
Mother, Her Royal Highness Princess Catherine.
Amy! I'm glad we got Amy.
One of our photographers will now take some pictures of His Royal Highness welcoming you.
Don't I get to shower and change
we're on
first?
a very tight schedule.
So you have Henry looking absolutely immaculate, and Alex doesn't even get to shower after getting off the plane.
My NDA is bigger than yours, I want you to know that.
You're wearing lifts. You know that too, sweetheart.
And Alex is noticeably taller than Henry at this exact moment. So yeah, the comment about the lifts, fair.
I hate the tie you're wearing in Vogue. It's so boring. What do you have against color anyway?
Praise the color, thank you.
I do think they did a beautiful job of editing this sequence. I love how we have, because like when you're texting someone who you feel this deep of a connection with, it really does feel like they're there with you. So I love how they've incorporated, and also it just makes for better viewing. So I love that they've incorporated Henry into the environment that Alex is in.
Why are you awake?
Because some bellend decided to call me at 3 a.m. to talk turkey.
What's a bellend?
Yeah, and again, I think it's lovely the way that they edited this, where they have both of them lying in bed together while they're talking on the phone, and how it really has that intimate feeling of them being together. I think they did, because like it's very easy to not emotionally connect with just texting. Like Heartstopper does a great job with it, but I think this is a really good way to go about it, where they're just literally bringing the person into the scene, and we just know that they're texting or on the phone or things like that. So I think they did a great job with this.
I'm hanging up now. No, I'm hanging up on you.
No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Okay, so here we have the party. Nora's looking great in red. So of course, Alex spending all his time with Henry, and then we can see very clearly on Henry's face how, you know, annoyed / upset he is when random women pop by.
You don't dance?
But Alex keeps leaving his female companions to go seek out Henry, of course. In this moment where, like, all the sound goes quiet and it's just Henry and Alex staring at each other across the dance floor, really cool moment. I think they did a really great job with that. And then it's midnight and all the girls in the world kiss Alex. And Henry just looks upset and leaves. Alex follows him out into the snow.
Did I do something wrong?
Do you ever wonder who you'd be if you were an anonymous person in the world?
There are some scenes that I feel like they really gave enough time to, and they gave enough space for the scenes to breathe and for us to really get a feeling for the characters and what they're going through. And I think this is one of those scenes where, like, when Henry's talking about, you know, the pressures and how he can't date the people that he wants to date, and then, of course, the kiss, and when Alex starts kissing him back, like, this is a really good scene. And Alex is just kind of frozen, like,
I owe you an explanation. My behavior was appalling.
Shut up, stop talking.
All right, fellas, time's up. We gotta get back to... Oh, God.
Okay, can I just say, like, what? I love that Henry is pretending to count the books, which... very natural, and Alex is, like, adjusting the flowers.
The key to my family's house in Austin. I started wearing it when we moved here.
You know, I don't think I've ever owned a key in my entire life.
And I think where the movie really shines is the quiet moments between Alex and Henry, and just in general, like, I think both actors did an excellent job.
There's this charity polo match in Windsor next month that my mate Percy's foundation organizes. I was wondering if you might want to be my guest.
And one nice thing that I liked is that we often see Henry twisting the ring on his pinky, and then, of course, later he gives it to Alex. And then in the scene with with Henry's grandfather, we see Henry, like, reaching for it to twist his pinky ring, because that's what he does when he's nervous. And then we cut to Alex with the pinky ring on, and he's twisting it. So I thought that was a cool little thing. And this whole sequence with, like, the horses and what's going on behind the scenes is very true to the book, and also just so incredibly horny, like, which again is very true to the book.
Henry Fox has to belong to himself, or else he'll vanish.
Can he ever belong to someone else?
Only momentarily.
Yeah, this part is really heartbreaking, where, like, Alex reaches for Henry's hand to kind of comfort him, and Henry, like, jerks back. And then, of course, later we get to see Henry actually reaching over to take Alex's hand when they're talking to his grandfather, which is nice.
Have you ever cooked for yourself? Once, unsuccessfully. You ever been on Grindr? Once unsuccessfully.
This is another good scene. Just, again, the quiet scenes between the two of them are just very nice. Where we get to get, you know, the character development and see the relationship blossoming between the two of them. Also, they're eating pudding out of like bougie glasses, and I love that.
Alex Claremont Diaz, it's almost 7.
I love this scene in the book, and I love it in the movie as well. It's very, very good.
Good morning.
Henry trying to maintain some level of dignity despite the fact that he's, you know, in his boxer shorts in Alex's closet.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, there? Okay.
Yeah, fine, I'm fine.
I do like the little freak out that they have Zara have here, and, like, Alex sort of helping her sit down, and she's like, I'm fine. This whole scene is very, very good.
I've met someone.
She's not a Republican, is she?
No.
I love that her main concern is that it's a Republican.
She's also a he, and he happens to be Henry. Oh,
We're gonna need some pizza.
I do like that her response to this is like, you know what? We need pizza.
I mean, if I've had more warning, I could have made you a PowerPoint presentation, but...
I do really like this scene. Like, I think that they did a great job of showing the bond between the two of them and, you know, what kind of mother she is and stuff like that.
My parents bought a vacation house after my mother's book was published. I'm headed there to chill over Labor Day weekend with my dad and Nora.
And then we're off to Texas to get our hearts broken.
Oh my goodness.
I like Henry's reaction to seeing pictures of little Alex.
Wait till he finds out about the karaoke machine.
No, I am definitely not doing karaoke.
I'm burning through the sky, yeah.
Henry singing terrible karaoke. I'm impressed that they got the song right, where it's it's Queen. Don't stop me now. So we have Alex kind of realizing while he's watching Henry singing karaoke how much he loves him, or the fact that he does love him.
Oh my god, you are such a cretin.
And then we have Alex and Henry together on the dock. We're going to go quickly through this because it is very, very difficult to watch.
I've been thinking how my life is going to be a lot different after the election. My mom will hopefully be in office again, and we won't have to worry about winning any more national elections. We can walk through Austin holding hands, and it won't even matter if anyone sees us.
Alex has for some reason forgotten that the reason they're not coming out is not because his mom is up for re-election. It's because Henry is a freaking prince. So he starts talking about how, like, you know, oh, after the election, we can hold hands walking down the street. And then Henry, first of all, is, like, shocked by that because he knows that it won't be that easy. And then he realizes that Alex is about to confess to being in love with him, and he's like, I'm out of here.
What I mean to say is, Henry,
So Henry swims off, and then Henry leaves, and he ghosts Alex. And then we have Alex about to have his Mr. Darcy in the Rain moment.
Mr. Claremont Diaz is at the gate. He insists on seeing you.
Can we please talk? There's something I want you to see.
So in the book, after this scene, they immediately fall into bed together because emotions are running so high. But here, they go to the museum, which I think is a really lovely scene, even if the museum is a bit creepy at night. One of the reactors I watched says when Alex walks into the museum, he's like, well, this is how I die.
I would dream of taking somebody I loved here. We dance right here amidst all these statues.
I will admit that this is one of the scenes. This is a scene that I did get a little bit teary when Alex turns the music on, specifically because it is this song and like how much it means to Henry. Just very, very beautiful, very nicely done.
Please be patient with me, and I promise I will try and be brave for us.
So then we exchange rings and keys, have a lovely hug, and then Alex looking after Henry as Henry walks away. And then we wake up to horribleness.
Your emails to Alex have been hacked. They were posted overnight to Reddit. The Mirror and the Sun ran them this morning.
This scene we did not get to see from Henry's point of view in the book, obviously, so it's nice that we get to see it from his point of view here.
I need to call him.
I'm afraid you can't, sir.
Kind of I think his reactions are very well done. Like, the first thing he thinks about is Alex. I have to talk to him.
Henry and I have been together since the beginning of this year. What was taken from us this week was our right to determine for ourselves how and when we should share our relationship and queer identities with the world.
I love everything that Alex says in his press conference, especially about, like, people being outed and stuff like that, and privacy.
The truth is, every queer person has the right to come out on their own terms and on their own timeline. They also have the right to choose not to come out at all. This isn't about shame. This is about privacy.
So then Alex comes to see him. We have a wonderful, like, just collapse into one another on the stairs, which is lovely to see. Yeah, I love this hug between the two of them.
I think it's time I stood up for myself.
The less you say, the better it'll be for you.
And then they've been summoned by the king, and Philip is an ass.
There are a number of unscrupulous governments who routinely concoct wholesale fabrications about prominent people. Do you suppose that might explain these unseemly reports?
It's all true, Grandpa. Alex and I love each other deeply.
So yeah, this is a good scene. It plays out similarly to the book.
The nation simply will not accept a prince who is homosexual.
There are many good jokes in this movie, but the thing that made me laugh more than anything else was the pronunciation of homosexual. Like, just brilliant, 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 brilliant. I love it.
Right. That's settled then.
What is it that we've settled?
What's going on outside?
There's a hubbub going on. B notices something is going on outside.
Apparently there are crowds forming in Manchester, Sheffield, Birmingham, Cardiff.
So we have mass support for Henry, which it did really like hurt my heart when Henry was talking about like how he thought that everyone hated him and that no one would support him. And then it turns out that all these people are showing up all over the place to support him, which is really beautiful. And they go out and, like, great acting from, like, again, the look on Henry's face. I think Henry's expressions are one of my favorite things about the acting in this movie. Like, he does a brilliant job.
The entire race now hangs on Texas.
You fought hard. And it isn't over yet.
Ellen Claremont has carried Texas. President Ellen Claremont has been re-elected.
And then Alex and Henry go to his old house with bicycles that we don't know where they got them.
After you.
Wow, you really are working class, aren't you? Oh, shut up, Your Majesty.
In conclusion, yeah, I think this is a really fun movie, a really decent rom-com that does delve into some deeper issues and has some good characters, some funny lines, some great moments of intimacy between the two characters, and I'm not talking sexual intimacy, though those scenes are very well done as well. There's a lot to like about it. I enjoyed it very much. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and a huge thanks, as always, to our patrons, who are absolutely amazing, and a special shout out to our Nick Nelson members, Kelly Walker, Paul Z, and Kent Smither. And yeah, if you would like to join the Patreon, please feel free to hop on over there. You get early access to videos and daily cat pictures and other random stuff, and also some Heartstopper fan fiction. And yeah, if you like this reaction, you're also interested in learning about other queer media like Heartstopper, which is the main thing that I react to, feel free to check out my other videos. And yes, that is all. Alright, well, that is all from me. Hope you guys are having a wonderful whatever time of day it may happen to be, and I will see you next time. Alright, bye.
Say you're coming